That has not been the issue. Their two losses, though, they kind of got hit in the mouth a little bit. They got pushed out because of the defensive presence and the athleticism, and right on cue there, Carr with a beautiful finish. But when SWAC play starts, and they're picked right now to finish second in that league, and you can see Tunde able to knock that deuce down.
But they have not been to an NCAA tournament in over a decade. They're hoping to change all that this year. Last time they were in the NCAA tournament, which means you got to win your tournament, was 2016. And he shot it at a 40% clip from beyond the arc. And Baylor, with that very tight 7-man rotation, has been clicking offensively. Embry reigns at a three-pointer. Now in his 23rd season as the head coach here at Baylor. He had 1 year at Valpo, took over for his dad, Homer Drew at Valpo, and then an amazing resurrection of a program, and now one of the best programs in the Big 12. As Dixon gets to the basket to lay it in.
A major chip on his shoulder entering this season, and is certainly performing at a high level.
And on cue here, Jared fires up a three and knocks it in.
Yeah, it was a beautiful. Jared, you hit it on the head.
Jacobs fires it cross court to Embry, gives it up. Good ball movement here. And Jacobs for three. That's another one that's true.
And what did you like about Southern? To finish second in their league, and he says this guy's got a lot to prove this upcoming conference season.
And Powell getting free once again. Caden Powell, 6'9", have the go at, always looking to score. And he does score. Nice looking jumper from Malik players.
No question, B.A. It is. And you couple that with the fact that Southern is a team, you look at their record and you're like thinking they're not very good, as Michael Jacobs shows you why he's leading the SWAC in scoring and assists. He knocked down that mid-range. But, you know, they're much better than their record. And so you're going to have to make sure you bring it today if you're Baylor and not get caught as you get ready for that big run.
Corner three by Yesufu.
They're trying to hold him off, and that's an area too. If you're Baylor, they're going to have to improve on the defensive rebound.
Yesufu drives it, hangs, and scores. Ratai picks up the foul.
Look at the hang time, the elevation.
Career high in points, had a couple of highlight reel dunks. This Big 12 is loaded with great freshmen. Three-pointer flies and is down for Cam Embry. Returning players right now.
And Coach Johnson talked about, said he's low. You know, he did the same thing in Washington State. He finished in 1 year. He could have left. Yeah, Southern, we talked about it, and the Baylor coaching staff acknowledged that this is a team that is not afraid to compete.
Up ahead in transition. Ratai, nice feed from Agbam.
Yeah, we were talking about it, a guy like Cooper Flanagan who was so held a year ago. And they were able to knock down that triple.
Michael Perez tore his ACL before the season, obviously will not play. Scott Drew has said, guys, in press conferences that they are hoping to be able to add somebody mid-season. An interesting quirk in the rules, and we'll see what that could add.
The hammer down and take care of business here in their last game before Christmas. They'll come back after Christmas, one more non-conference game before they start Big 12 plays. Yesufu, so strong.
They're likely to be first-rounders if they choose to come out.
Carr and Yesufu. Here's Agbam now, and he knocks it in. That's a three-pointer for the point guard. He lost the handle. He was going up for the dunk, and the ball slipped out of his hands. Missed an opportunity to highlight right there. Inside, and laying it in is Abdul-Goal.
And then converting that in transition, getting out in the open floor to create some separation.
Now they're up 20. Skillings puts them up 23. We play golf at Christmas here in Texas. Here's Skillings. Oh, he hits another three, back-to-back corner threes for Dan Skillings.
And whatever they did at halftime, Baylor, it worked, right? They have come out.
Both ends.
And then lights out on both ends, as you mentioned there. Nice pass from Jacobs there. So they have really struggled against Baylor's intensity defensively.
Skilling just taking over right now. Gets to the basket. Yesufu comes away with a loose ball. He cans a three. Baylor, though, because they have good ball handlers and they have a lot of switchable parts, guys who are comfortable with the ball in their hands, as Skillings goes again. It is interesting that Agbam, the point guard, gets a lot of catch and shoots, and he's shooting over 40% this year from three-point range.
Yeah, and that's kind of the evolution of the game, too, BA, because there's so much more ball movement and so much more versatility. You have many more guys that are capable of making plays here. We get a timeout.
But an incredibly successful program under Scott Drew, who's approaching 500 wins now in his collegiate coaching career. Here's Williams, the backup point guard. Nice little turnaround jumper. There's a turnover. Jacobs with Yesufu on his back and can't get the layup. Yesufu saves it. And now Baylor has numbers. Williams will take it himself and lay it in with a left hand.
That's a really good decision by Williams. You're in the open floor for young players. And if that defender keeps backpedaling, you keep going at him. You don't bail him out by throwing a pass.
Oshodi coming up short. Now the putback. You can call him Malik.
I'm going to go with Malik. I like that. Simple.
From Egypt.
I got this one.
Go ahead. Take it.
Beautiful finish there. Great memories and see some old friends.
Abdegoa got another one.
You're 23rd in the NBA in scoring right now, about 24 points per game.
Thank you, Jared. Nice. I mean, you see guys are game ready. That's a putback. Looks like he's on his way. And all those points coming here in the second half for Isaac Williams.
How about they're shooting 62% here in the second half as Baylor. They have just really turned it on offensively.
Damari Jones.
Second half of the season.
Here's Carr. Carr, nice to the basket. Yesufu.
And he is proud of it, as he should be, and it speaks to the character of so many of the guys that have put on that Baylor uniform.
Yesufu coming off an offensive rebound, and he knocks in a three-pointer.
And still, he doesn't look like a freshman, right? You know, physically very mature. Jacobs able to get another boost there.
This crowd's going to be enjoying a doubleheader today here at Foster Pavilion. As Skillings hits another from his favorite corner. That's his third made three.
Being as disciplined as Coach Kevin Johnson.
Carr with a block. Yesufu in the open court for the calm, collected, two-footed, two-handed jam. Is loud. Their Baylor Bears are rolling on their way to a 9-2 start to the new season. Row that boat, boys. Row it.
Especially in this Big 12. There's so much depth. You know, I heard Andy Katz talking about this earlier.
Will
Kuykendall knocking down the triple as the momentum continues. And Jared, you got some info on Mr.
You got a Will Kuykendall report, Jared?
After this missed bucket there by Southern, Will Kuykendall has become like a real brother with Tunde Yesufu. Look at this, on cue, knocking down another three.
Under a minute to go. And Foster Pavilion will get ready for a high-level women's game. And that one's good from Drew Perry. And an embrace, Kevin Johnson and Scott Drew. And the horn sounds, and the Baylor Bears are 9-2.